Hello everyone. Today I will be doing my March setup, and right now I am setting up the cover page for the month. I already have all the items I pre-selected, knowing the theme I was going for, more brown and green. This one will be a bit more brown than January, and basically just using most of the material that the kit came with the bullet journal. And as you can see here, I'm having a little trouble adding this part in, but it's okay, figured it out. I'm cutting off that part, which I will use later because I hate throwing even the scraps away. It's such a small journal, the scraps even come into play and are useful. And I found this excellent ball of vines in my craft supplies and turned out kind of perfectly for this theme, and kind of loved adding it in. The only problem was when in the middle where the crease is, the doesn't want to stay down, but still works out. I think it looks pretty dang neat. And I even end up using some of the scraps for that as decorations, just all the little leaves I end up cutting off. And I tried writing on this green part with the March 2023, but you can't really see it that well. It looks much better in person. And here I'm grabbing calendar so I don't mess up the dates. Really liked this month. It was very nice, very nature and floral in a nice soft way. That'll be the cover page done. And here's where I made a little bit of a mistake. I got these new tabs and they look fantastic. I'm very happy with them, but they're kind of big and I didn't know how much space they would need. So I cut a little bit too much off the papers for the weeks, which is fine. I don't have that much going on. And that means I'll have scrap paper I can use for other things. It does look kind of weird next to the other months, but it's okay. Each month can be a little bit different. Here you can see I'm putting the tabs on almost all on the same page. Whoopsie. But I recover and I figured it out. I was running out of green ones, so I need to get new tabs anyway. And these worked out great. They look so good. Here I am writing the weeks for the year, not just the month, so it goes from 9 to 13. And I end up using the vines for the middle of the pages as a decorative element. I really liked putting it in. The glue was a bit tricky because you couldn't really put it on the vine itself. You had to just put it on the leaves, and it did mean there was a bit of a mess everywhere. Like my little table there has some glue spots on it. Luckily it's just the dots thing, so it made it kind of easy to clean up, but was a bit silly sometimes putting my hand down and like, oh, well, gotta fix that. Writing in the days now, starting with the last few days of February, and adding a little bit of a decorative element there. So it's nice to look at. I also got that packet of papers and stickers when I got the tabs. That worked well with the theme I'm going for this year. to the next week. This one is more vertical. Actually stuck down pretty well, considering that there's a crease that it has to sit on, but it worked out. It looks pretty good. Adding the nice little decorative item here in the bottom corner there. So there's always that little extra space. I think it looks pretty neat there. That's that week done. And this one, more vertical. And this one I end up using the scraps of the vines because I just wanted a little less decoration on this page. Looks pretty neat. And that sticker was perfect for that spot there. Let's add a few leaves for decoration, and it looks lovely. Writing that in with my fountain pen. On to the next week. This one, it will be horizontal. This one, again, the vines stick down great. So that's working out pretty well. I was worried about them staying in place. But yeah, it looks great and it stays down. Don't know if I'll use it in the next few months when I'm working on my bullet journal. I have a whole ball of it, so I don't imagine why I wouldn't. And last week of the month, instead of going across the whole page with it, with the vines, I'm gonna just use it as a little bit of a decorative item, not to cover too much. Yeah, so each week was a little different, which makes it interesting for when I'm filling it in. Hopefully keeps my interest. I continue planning accordingly instead of just flying by the seat of my pants, which is not so much fun as stressful. That'll be that week done. Last spread is my brain dump and mood tracker. I love how the vines look on this page, and this is where when I cut the pages down a little too small, it takes away from the brain dump section. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem when I get there, but you know, that's what scrap paper is for. If I need more room, I'll just get some of that. Really liked how this month turned out. Even using some of the scrap for the decorative items from the packaging, using that as a title for the page. Looks pretty good. And my simple little mood tracker, one at the beginning of the month, one at the end. On the flip through, and I really like how this month turned out. It was quite natural looking. Love the vines and how they look on the pages. If you want to see my journey with my first bullet journal. Please feel free to subscribe and like, comment if you're interested. Thank you for watching my video.